Okay. I think I messed up. I went live to yesterday's stream key, which I don't know. Do I need to do anything? Oh no. There might be like a 1-second live stream on my channel. Oops. Give me one moment. Hello to everyone in Twitch and YouTube chat. I made my return to live streaming yesterday, but today I kind of messed up a little bit. Oh, how do I do this? Okay.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hola, Brunswicker, how's it going? Happy 32. Okay, I think everything is okay now. Hopefully. Yeah, let me know if everything looks and sounds okay.
Happy 5 years, 1 month, love you.
I love you too. Welcome back to Colle. Happy 61 months. Mikkelger, happy 40 months. So I imagine a lot of people might be joining not realizing what I just did, but yeah, basically every time I go live, I have to copy paste my new stream key because I do restream now to Twitch and YouTube. And today I forgot to do it, so it created an additional live stream, at least on YouTube, which I just made private. So I think I've done that once before. Anyway, let's join the tournament. This is going to be a more chill, instructive stream. About to start the daily rapid arena. Be 2.5 hours of 10-minute rapid chess, which I have not done in a while. I did take a small break from playing chess and streaming chess, but in the coming days and weeks, I will be playing and streaming more. There's a question from Jessica Phoenix, first-time chatter on Twitch, asking, ever play the weekly St. Louis Chess Club tournaments? I'm getting back into chess
9,
and thinking about
8,
dropping the money to get back
7,
into
6,
over the board instead of just
5,
online.
4, 3, 2,
yeah, I do occasionally
1,
play,
0.
especially the Saturday Night Blitz at St. Louis Chess Club. I missed it, what was it, yesterday? I missed it yesterday, but maybe next week or the week after. I usually play like a couple times a month, if it works out for me. Okay, playing e4. Playing a decently high-rated player. Nuh-uh. Go for a Scotch. Yeah, I still need to learn the chess move recommendation against this. I'm gonna play a sideline. We'll take and play knight d2.
Good luck.
I played this for the first time in Beal last year. Almost exactly a year ago. This was 13 months ago. Played at OTB against a GM. It's a lesser known sideline. Not quite a 4-knight Scotch. Now this move looks a little bit disharmonious because it blocks a bishop, but very often the bishop will fianchetto. Yeah, bishop c5 is a move. This is actually a really interesting line because white gambits a pawn. I do allow knight takes e4. And I think objectively it's best for black to take it. But then after takes and takes, I have decent compensation, 2 bishops, open position. I think there's like queen h5 lingering, bishop e3 with tempo. Welcome back to Onyx the Dog. Happy 32. So black just saves the bishop. Now I'll just develop and defend. C4 might be a nice idea. I could play it right away, actually. Just try and trap the bishop. Probably expecting d6.
Axert, hey, how was your break from streaming?
Hey, it's Chessbunzo. How's it going? The break was good. It was filled with a lot of Scrabble. I didn't have a chance to talk about it too much on yesterday's stream, but I did play a pretty grueling OTB Scrabble tournament recently, which Chessbunzo also competed in, which was super fun. Also super humbling. Let's castle. Thank you to Jessica Phoenix, first time Prime. So this is a decently typical structure for the Scotch. Sometimes white will sacrifice a pawn, c5, to give black triple pawns. Okay, black goes for a5. That's a typical move. Thank you, Zingirda, gifting subs. Appreciate it. I probably want to develop the bishop and then meet a4 with knight d2.
3 years of Stafford Gambits.
Oh, yes. Just not sure, like... Bishop g5, a4, knight d2, bishop d4, rook b1. It's probably okay. The knight's not great here anyway. So it probably does want to reroute to somewhere like f3. Yeah, I think this is fine. Developing my final minor piece. Long term, there's different ideas. Like there's the idea of king h1, f4, e5, or just f4 and attack. Queen f3. Thank you, Mr. Cow. Thank you, Mango RK. Happy 3 years. Okay, doing decently on time. Yeah, I do appreciate all the nice positive energy. Getting the stream off to a good start. Yeah, I think I have to play rook b1 here. Otherwise a3 will come. So this unpins and defends a pawn. Now the bishop is, as XQC would call it, a wooden shield. But if I get the chance to play knight f3, then the bishop will probably have to retreat. I don't know if I'm in any rush to play knight f3. It might be more worthwhile to start with king h1, play f4, and then put the knight behind the pawn. So the ball is in black's court. Okay. I mean, my e-pawn's well defended. Even if g5, it's still defended. So I'm going to start with king h1. I think this is most flexible. No rush. Being patient. Black kind of has to choose how to develop the bishop. I think this blunders to bishop takes f6. I mean, this and this are kind of developing, but also kind of not doing that much. Like c4 is well defended. We might see c5 and then bishop b7. Zingirda gifting another 5. Thanks so much. I've seen a few first-time viewers across Twitch and YouTube chat, so welcome in if you're new. Oh, heart rate monitor, please. I can turn it on. It broke about midway through yesterday's stream. Wow, rook a5. Was not anticipating that. Black wants to rook lift. But rook h5 I can take because it's with a pin, or even take here first. So I think I just continue with the plan, pawn f4. Controlling space. Like if I get in a couple more moves, I would like to play this and probably rook be1 and eventually prepare e5. If I play knight f3, there might be bishop g4. Some interesting lines. If it's my move, I play knight f3, black pins my knight. I play queen d2 to unpin and attack the rook and attack the bishop, but then there's bishop b6. And then rook e1. It still looks very solid. There's a question from Filipovich. Which openings should I learn to break 1500? I think to break 1500, openings are not the biggest priority. Usually it's a matter of like tactics and minimizing blunders, time management. Usually the game at that level is not determined in the opening. Okay, rook e7, slightly kind of strange move. Because it walks into an even bigger shish kebab. Yeah, I'll just play knight f3. There is bishop e3. But then e5, take, looks good. Yeah, this move is almost kind of annoying, but the prospect of e5 looks pretty strong. So now the bishop's attacked and kind of tied down to preventing me from playing e5. We might see c5. And then, but actually, yeah, if c5 I take, and then take, and black's kingside is a bit ruined. It is important to note there's no increment. So time could be very relevant coming up. Honestly, I really don't see what black is going to do here. Like black needs to either move the bishop or defend the bishop. But all the options give me something. Oh, I forgot about that move. So this is similar to the line I was mentioning earlier. Like I have queen d2 to attack and attack. Yeah, I think it's worth just keeping initiative. So if bishop takes f3, I can take the rook, which black allows. Am I missing anything? I guess black will win the pawn, but it's going to be a material advantage for white. So take and then rook takes. Just debating. I guess I'll take and then take. Looks pretty good. And there's some crazy g5, but then I can take and hit the knight. I'm also hitting this pawn. And rook e1 looks pretty good. I do allow takes, takes, and takes. I don't think I have a tactic. Like, I want to play rook e8 or take and then rook e8. Could play queen c2 here. Just attack the rook and get the e-file. It's very important the bishop moves backwards. And long term, I have an outside passer. And even though the bishop is well supported, it's very hard to remove. The bishop does not help prevent my a-pawn from just racing down the board. Actually, the bishop is removable, like bishop f2 at the right moment. So feeling very good. Yeah, the goal of this stream is to win the tournament. But sometimes it's hard to get off to a fast start. You're playing the second seed, and some players have already berserked and won 2 games. Okay, a4 maybe. I could also take the knight. Let's play a4. Actually, let's take the knight. Simple chess. I think queen e2 looks accurate. There's king h7. If queen e4, queen g4. I just want to trade queens. Queen g4 is probably coming. No need to overthink this. Just b3. Or actually a4 now. a4 take. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm threatening mate. Black has no time to take the pawn. I want to give a check here. And queen d5. Just centralize and then push. Black's going to play bishop e5. The last Hail Mary. I think just g3. The king is very safe. The queen blocks diagonal checks, the rook blocks the rank checks, and the pawn blocks a battery. Okay. Felt like a pretty smooth game. A nice, hopefully a nice example of the Scotch line. The main line is d5, after which takes, takes, check here. I think the line is takes, takes, b3. And this is what I played in Beal. It's very solid, very easy to learn for white. And yeah, here, I think the most testing line is to take the pawn. And practically, this is probably more fun to play for white, just with initiative, 2 bishops, and full compensation for the pawn. There's a question, did you have a tactic to win the rook by taking the knight and then queen a8? Oh. Oh, here. Like take... So if queen takes, there's queen a8. I guess there's bishop takes. I mean, maybe I could have tried that. At this point, there's a lot of ways to... Oh, here ye take... Yeah, I probably should have spotted this idea. Actually, just queen a8 immediately looks pretty good. If I take here first, there's rook takes e1, and I'm losing because there's back rank issues. So taking the knight immediately would not be good. But queen a is the strongest. There's also a question, could you take the bishop and promote? Yeah, this is also completely fine. Oh no, my queen, but oh yes, my queen. I think g3 is still probably best to keep my queen and then make a new one. Anyway, that was the first game. I gained some rating. I think my rating will be more volatile because it's been a while since I last played Rapid on lichess. Up to 2551. Here we go. I'm going to berserk. If I want to win the tournament, I do have to maybe berserk some games to win quickly. And I'm going to try and win as quickly as possible. Opponent's playing some reverse Philidor. Oh, it's so tempting. Actually, it doesn't work with a pawn on c3, though. I think it makes sense to take and then play d5. White's a little bit underdeveloped, having pushed probably a few too many pawns. And if takes, I'll have tempo. Actually, here knight g4 looks nice. Because white actually doesn't have a move to defend e3. Like, there's no knight c4, no knight f1, not even king f2. And if takes, I can take here hitting the queen. So good start. I mean, life will go on. Queen a4, and I probably take with the queen. Keeping my knight in a dangerous position. I could take on d3. Almost didn't see that. It's another thing in white's territory that's not covered. Now this move looks good. Although, check there, check. Could also take the bishop. Taking the bishop is actually probably better. Because king d1, my queen's attacked. Yeah, let's take the bishop, and I'll play bishop g4. And this prevents rook d1. Prepares queenside castling. And what I want to do is queenside castle. Although now, yeah, h3 is a decent move. Can I queenside castle and sack? Actually thinking bishop h5. Yeah, it's a weird situation. I want to prevent this. I do have bishop e6. I'm going to play this, though. Which looks like it blunders the bishop, but if knight takes and I have queen e4, and eventually I should win back the knight or just have a mating attack. Like if king d1 or king d2, I'll castle with check. If king f2, I have the check to win the knight. No, white will be resisting a little bit, though. There's a request from Salmon in YouTube chat. Play the Grand Prix. I will be open to opening recommendations. People have favorite openings they want me to play. Grand Prix is definitely an opening I'm very fond of from the white side. Okay, here I'm castling kingside. Want the rook to support the f-pawn. Want the knight to come in. I'm dreaming of queen c2, knight f3 checkmate. I'm trying to bait the queen to take this. Now this isn't checkmate, but it would be a pin. Oh, I missed that the queen covers that square. Okay. I've given up some advantage, actually. But it's still looking good. Material's equal. Okay, now I can check and win this. I also have f3. f3. No, let's just check. So this is a pork. It's a pin and a fork. Yeah, to be honest, this is not the cleanest conversion. Maybe going a little bit too much for the tricks and traps. But now it's looking quite good. And there's a queen check, king h8. I'm threatening mate in 1. Takes I can take. Do have to be careful of the alignment on the diagonal. So it's important that after takes knight f6, I can take with a rook. Otherwise, the rook would be attacked. Okay, this is mate. Okay, GG. Opponent did resist. Got a very nice position from the opening and then maybe mishandled it a little bit. Moving on. 2 wins. Leader has 4 games played on a berserk winning streak. Oh, I'm playing the leader. All right, I'll play London. This is one of my favorite London lines, this 95 move. For a long time, I used to play bishop g3 in response to bishop d6. I think c3. Don't want to take too long here. I think c3 is pretty flexible. I have this move even. Might be inviting b4. So black is essentially playing some kind of reverse Colle. Queen f3 prevents knight e4, which is one of the main points of black's setup. Sometimes this is an idea, but it would be some loss of time given that black's already played bishop e7. And the plan for me going forward is to just thrust the pawns, like probably g4. Like g5 will kick away the knight. There'll be a lot of attacking potential on the king side. There's a question, which source do you recommend for learning the opening? That's a tough question to answer with like a single good response, because these days there's so many resources that it's probably worth like looking into a few different resources and seeing what works best for you. There's a lot of books, a lot of videos, a lot of courses. And sometimes players learn, like they learn differently. Like some players learn best from books or videos or Chessable. Also sometimes depends what openings that you're looking to learn. If it's a very specific opening, then there might be fewer resources. Thank you to Centrig. First time prime. Another suggestion is to find like a strong player who plays the openings that you want to learn, and then try and emulate their repertoire. Okay, I'm going to take a moment here. There's some attractive moves. Like bishop h6. Rook here. There's like take and then g5. There's also just h5, which looks very attractive. There's bishop g5, which might walk into bishop takes knight. There's also this takes. I'm liking h5, which isn't super forcing, but it just creates more pressure. The rook wants to get involved. And there might be ideas of g5. Okay, there's also this move now to consider. Yeah, definitely trying to look at the forcing lines. And the first line to calculate is probably take, take. And then... there's this move too. I'm definitely going to slow down here. Take, take. A lot of moves to consider. Like take, take, bishop g5. There's bishop e7. Yeah, slightly frustrating that I'm not seeing anything clear. I might just play bishop c2. Keep all the pressure. But I think this bishop has much more potential than this bishop. It's a situation I probably could have spent like several more minutes. Maybe there was something better. But it's kind of a judgment call, especially in rapid chess. Put the ball back in opponent's court. Because it doesn't seem like black has an easy decision here. Like taking just allows the pawn to come in. And there is an idea, like with the bishop still on this diagonal, there's g5, take, 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 take.
Collaboration in the near future. Sadly, I did not have much time in June due to exams.
Oh no. There should be, yeah. I'm still very fond of Chess Mood. I still have I recorded like a collaboration match. That it's going to require a lot of editing, but it was super fun collab with one of the grandmasters on their team, which I do hope to process. And we still have the Chess Mood command across both chats. I believe the link will still give you a 7-day free trial if you're a new member. I also might be playing the next team battle. They do monthly team battle tournaments as part of a Grand Prix series. I think the 20th of every month, so that would be 10 days from now. Okay, opponent's taking time here. I really don't know what to expect. I was just saying that one idea might be g5, takes, 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 and then I'll be threatening mate on h7. Although then there's f5, so f5 en passant take.
Be sure to Gambit and Boncloud today.
Oh.
Thanks.
I'll try and do at least one of those. More likely Gambit than Boncloud. There might be potential for delayed Bon Cloud in this game. But King E2 is not quite legal.
Go, Eric.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks to all the resubs. I'm just scanning some messages from earlier in YouTube chat, or a good handful of requests for various openings. Geller system, I'm not actually familiar with what exactly that is. But there's also a request for Stafford, which I'm very familiar with. B3, wow. Pawn sacrifice. Could take with bishop or knight. I think I just take with knight. There's still this move to consider. Rook b8's not scary because knight c6. So I could take with bishop. It feels better to take with knight. I like keeping the bishop on this diagonal. And if I want to be really greedy, I could maybe take here next. And then this knight can come into c6. So black sacking another pawn. It's interesting. It's a way to try and muddy the waters. I can choose which pawn to take between a5 or take twice on e4. I also have this move, which might win the exchange or might eventually mate. Yeah, definitely a decision moment. I still like the prospect of just taking the knight. If I take... Like, every move looks good. It's an embarrassment of riches. I feel very embarrassed. Anything to be scared of? Knight takes a5. Like, bishop e2, I just take it. Even pawn cloud. Yeah, it doesn't work at all because then I have knight c6. I'm just going to take here. f6. Or f6. f6, knight c6. Yeah, let's just do it. Oh, man. I don't think people heard that because I have like good audio, like noise reduction, but there's very, very loud strike of lightning or strike of thunder. Sounded very close. I took a walk earlier. It was like sunny and non-threatening. If there's anyone watching from St. Louis, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Was it audible? Sounded like a bark from a fat dog. Okay. G5, not expected. So do I retreat or do I counterattack? Bishop h2 looks very sensible. Take. Huh. Bishop h2. There might be f5 coming. Oh, knight a to c6 first. Queen e8. I take. I'm gonna play knight c6 first. I think this gives me more options. So now the knights are superfluous. I was thinking I can take here. Also maybe take... Nah. Yeah, just bishop h2. Up 2 pawns. f5. I guess kind of threatens to take. I would have liked a little bit more. f6 also playable. Yeah, if I take, then my knight kind of gets stuck. But can I take and then take? Yeah, that might be the way to go. And just try and trade everything. And there's also knight d3. Knight d3, knight b4. Huh. I gotta move though. Actually, what if I take, and then knight b4? That looks fine. It's a weird square for the knight, but it's actually very useful. So it hits a bishop. It obstructs a b file. It can't easily be removed. I could take. A4 is attacked. I have queen d1. And there's a5 here. a5, queen b5, bishop d3 looks fine. Yeah, I want to make the a pawn a strength. It is passed. a6 now. Which doesn't actually threaten to take the bishop. But I think I just want to support the pawn. I didn't consider this. Does that work? Taking, no. Wow. Feels like, can I just castle? Like castle, I'm hitting both things. I think I just castle. Yeah, if my stream dies, then it's likely the power went out because all the lightning and thunder happening nearby. Hopefully it survives though. You just look outside the window. Okay, I didn't see any tornadoes, so that's good. St. Louis got hit by a pretty bad tornado a few months ago. Like one of the worst in the city's history. But usually they'll send out some like warning. Okay, I'm feeling good. I'm pretty late stage to castle. The king is very safe here. And this are both attacked. Thank you, Medelic. A first time prime. Yeah, there is one, I think only one live stream I've done where, like during the live stream, I got a tornado warning message. And I left the stream to like shelter in the basement. Okay, I just take the knight. Now the knight defends the bishop. Does this work? That actually looks pretty good. The rook b1 also looks good. Take, check there. Let's just do this. It's a bit fancier. I'm getting through to the rook. Yeah, here there's check. There's also this check. Slightly prefer this. It keeps that file closed. Can take. And the bishop is pinned. Some rook c1 ideas. Okay, up a full rook here. Okay, GG. Real quick, I probably had something better, right? Like, after g6, Jin prefers bishop g5, yeah. I mean, everything was in control. Engine likes takes, and then queen h3. Queen e7, then take. Wow. Okay. Still a nice game. Nice London attack. So 3 wins. A lot more chess to be played. Moving on. I think I'll berserk. I'll try and climb up the standings a bit more quickly here. Ooh, good thing I didn't pre-move that. Let's play f6. Yeah, this is a slightly unusual opening for black. Like, there's very few openings where f6 and knight h6 are justified on moves 2 and 3. But the point here is I'm going to get the bishop pair. Or I'll try and trap this bishop. Yeah, usually people play bishop g3. So I'll go ahead and take and play e5. Get the center, try and open up the position with the bishop pair. Is it worth playing this? Maybe just developing. Yeah, this feels a bit more natural. And bishop, I guess bishop d3 is met with this. I have to watch out for queen h5. Wow. Almost blundered something. So let's play this. Queen h5 is met with bishop f7. And keep developing. Yeah, a lot of natural moves. Nice center. Not really going for the throat right away. Just want to build my home first. And then probably gradually expand. At the right moment, maybe e4. Or g5. Also depends where white commits the king. f4, wow. So I'll play this. I'm giving white some decision. I mean, b5, bishop moves back. Do I close everything down? I prefer keeping tension. Like, closing things down makes the position easier to play for white.
Glad to be here.
Oh, glad to have you here. Welcome back to Jammer. Happy 5 months. White is maybe preparing casting queenside, which means I probably want to play this. But then bishop a4. But then take. Wow. I think that's okay. Like, bishop a4 looks very natural, but I think it walks into tactics. Interesting. If I take... Yeah, actually losing back the bishop pair. So which bishop do I want to trade off? I think I'll take here first. If takes, I can take the pawn, very sneaky, or the knight. Oh, maybe I have this move. Not losing the bishop pair. Threatening this. Knight looks strong, but it could be a liability. Especially now, e4 makes more sense. Obstructing the bishop, attacking the knight, and still preparing this. That may have been a mouse slip, but no mercy. We'll take that. Still waiting for this tactic. There we go. Oh no, my queen. Yeah, I thought maybe white had seen it given that they didn't play bishop a4 earlier. But it's nice idea. That move I didn't see though. Did I blunder? I have rook a8. Yeah, I got a little bit careless. There's also knight b5. So it should be okay. Rook a, take. I think rook a8's the way to go, actually. So there's a line takes, and then 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 takes. I'll still be up to exchange and have initiative. I could take on a2 first, but we'll keep things simple. So we do go into the line with all the trades. Now there might be some mating ideas. With the rook already on the second rank. Rook b8 will likely come. And there's some nice light squares to exploit with the bishop. I'm just going to check my weather forecast. Okay, let's start with this. Weather. Okay, thunderstorms for next hour. I think this traps a knight. There's no knight g2. Like all these squares are covered. Yeah, life is very good here. Is this the stream where Eric plays only Grob and Borg? This is not the stream. I don't think I've ever done a stream like that. Maybe someday. Might take some bribery though. I guess rook b8 was slightly more accurate. There's rook c5 here. Actually, I maybe should have played this. Check and then rook f2. Just do that here. Okay. Smooth game. Yeah, interesting opening. I think this is one of the best responses to the so-called Levitsky attack. It's bishop g5. Got a nice position, nice center. Let's keep it going. So I have 14 tournament points. Leader has 21. Yeah, part of the tournament strategy is just to play as many games as possible, try and win games quickly. It's still an hour and 37 minutes to go. All right, I'll berserk. Let's play e4. There was a request earlier for Grand Prix. So I'll try and play the chess move Rapport. But I learned this opening like well before the existence of chess mood. I think the line is it to take, or I think bishop b5 first is fine. This is actually a more positional line. Black having the double C pawns. The goal is to play this and just fix the pawns forever. I remember having a very miserable game from the black side of this position against Sunil Weramantri, a FIDE master, also Hikaru's stepdad. And Sunil is one of the big advocates of Grand Prix attack. I played this d4 move too early in the opening and got punished positionally. It was a very similar position to this. Like very often the knight will come to c4, bishop comes to a3, and it can be very hard for black to have any active play. Taking is kind of attractive. I mean, f5 is also attractive. I think I'll play f5. This bishop is kind of shut out for the rest of the game. And the pawns combine very nicely with this bishop. Now I can either focus on the king side or queen side, or both. Yeah, we'll keep improving. I'll probably prepare the rook lift. Trying to induce a pawn to move. If g6, then yeah, black probably just loses. Now there might be sacrifices. The rook will probably come to g3. Maybe I can set up a sack against h6. Yeah, knight f8 is coming, so not seeing anything super forcing. As much as I want to just win immediately. Knight f8, take. Not seeing it. I'll play this. I'll probably get the other rook in. I might just double up in front of my g-pawn. We might see this move. Like sometimes it's hard to make use of files that are closed, that have two pawns on them. But in this case, oh, there's a funny line. I can play this. Black can trade queens. But I wouldn't take the queen back. I would just go for mate. So it's kind of a queen sacrifice. I don't think there's any good way to defend g7. Because this are not really possible. Any g-pawn move, there's pawn takes on g6. Yeah, if g6, actually I'd take on h5 and then checkmate. And if g5, I en passant, bishop takes, and then mate in 3 with rook g7. If queen f7, I could take on g7. I could also consider queen h5. Just sack the queen. And then mate. Oh, there's almost taking on h6 too. Yeah, but here I'll take on passant. And then take. Okay. A feel-good finish. A very feel-good game. I mean, I think probably the mistake from black was playing d4. Though if black goes for this, I think black has to either at some point play c4 or d3, like ASAP. Yeah, d3 here is the best move. Engine says equal. It's a hard move to commit to. Queen takes d3, there's queen a4. So this would be the follow-up. Anyway, moving on. In third place. I'm still open for opening suggestions. I hope whoever suggested the Grand Prix enjoyed that game, if they're still here. I haven't had a Stafford yet. Suggestion for Alapin. I can play Alapin if we have Sicilian. Dubov Italian, okay. Dubov Italian is against this. C3, knight f6, d4, take, and then b4. There's a very brief phase in my life where I was looking into this opening. To be honest, I don't really remember much theory. So I have to hunker down. I think it's this move. But then knight a5. Is it this first? There's some really important like move order sequence. I think it is e5 first. Yeah, take and then b5. Because then there's no knight e7. Remember there was some game at US Women's Championship between Tatev Abrahamian and Carissa Yip. And Tatev seemed to be like prepared for white from the white side. I think she took here too soon and then allowed the eventual knight e7. So here is it take? There's a queen. I'm on my own here, so kind of just have to improvise. Queen e2, bishop e6. Take. Just not sure about queen e7. Queen e7, king f1 should be fine. Then there's less support against d4. Now bishop g5. And this is a risk of playing an opening where I don't really know so much theory. But I know some opening principles, like develop rapidly, king safety, probably should not have berserked this game. What to do? Just take here. Or castle.
Go Eric. Quack.
Let's take here. Thank you, Degench. Welcome back. Okay, queen e2 now. What does black do? There's knight c3 as well. Knight c3. Bishop there. Super, super tricky. So if I castle, there's take on b7. I think that's okay. There's so much upside to castling in rook e1. Okay, now I have this. Oh, but then there's take. Wait. Huh. Maybe rook e1 first. And this is what I want, just some tempo. d5 should come next. And it's equal material, but it's a position where I think white's having more fun. Rook takes. So I open up the bishop. It's not a huge concern. Let's take here. Do I have a queen sack? No, I don't. Rook helps defend. Queen d5 looks kind of fun. Queen d5. I don't see anything wrong with it. So I offer the queen trade. I hit the e-pawn as well. There is this move, but I don't think it works. I would have rook e6, even just knight takes g5. Then there's bishop f2. Maybe I just take here. And after takes king f7, I can take and defend and check. If king here, it's mate. Okay. Everything under control. Threatening mate in 2. Yeah, there's very loud rain noises for me now. Rain is coming down hard. Let's take that. When it rains, it pours. Rook to 8, I have knight e6. Okay. Fun game. A fun opening suggestion for the Dubov Italian, which I think is an unofficial name. Unless, does Lichess call it that? The center attack. Yeah, this was popularized by Dubov. He had a very nice win over Karyakin a few years ago, 2020. Just check the theory here. So b5 is one of the moves. Queen e2 apparently is the main move. And white is already for choice here, except I should have castled apparently. But then, yeah, position became good very quickly. So I'm in second place. I'm trying to catch up to this person. I see another request for Stafford. Also some requests for Ponziani, Danish Gambit, Nimzo, Bishop's Opening, Jobava London. Okay, I'll try and play one of these that I'm mentioning. Duras, Austrian Defense. What's the Austrian Defense? There's Austrian Attack against the Pirates. I'm scared to play Stafford against this opponent. I'm going to play Sicilian. Let's just stick with my main repertoire. I'll play the chess move repertoire. Bishop c4. Not the most common move order. We're transposing into this. I think this is already good for black. Could take with bishop. Okay, opening success. I won a pawn. It's not over though. And white does have some compensation. Gotta just move back. Rook e1 will threaten knight takes g6. But I'm in time to castle. Probably h6. I don't see why not. Like bishop f5. I'll take a moment. Bishop e6 also looks very solid. Because after the trade, I'll eventually have e5. I think I'll go for this. The king can come to f7 to support the pawns. Wow. A bold decision. That's interesting. So I do lose a pawn back. So how do I hold on to as much as possible? I think I have to... Okay, there's a few options, but I think king h7 takes and then rook g8 here and then here. Yeah, it still looks fine. It looks a little bit passive at first, but as long as I hold on to this and this, that's what matters. h4. Opponent wants h5. I play this. Rook d8. h5 I take. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, up a piece for a pawn. It's actually nice having the G file now, too. We're going to trade rooks. Okay, we'll trade G for H pawn. But this leaves me with an outside passer and an active rook. I could take on C2. Might as well. If it takes, I have knight B4. Okay. Pretty smooth game. Opponent, yeah, just kind of played quickly, stumbled into a line that's known to be like, quite good for black. This queen b6 line is very tricky. White should play knight f5, and then it gets messy after takes and takes. But, okay, nice to have a relatively quick win. So, making some ground. 20 tournament points. I could tell based on my opponent's style of play that like if they play like that every game, they're going to have a lot of quick games, and that does help with like tournament performance. That's just not always my style for rapid chess. I sometimes play a bit slower, take my time, trying to explain things. Please do another beginner to master series, please. I know my my current speedrun is going at a slightly slow pace, but I am in the midst of a tricks and traps speedrun, which is going from like beginner to master level, just playing a more aggressive style of chess. All right, Stafford Gambit time. Except no. D4 is one way to avoid the Stafford going into a Petrov. It's still a tricky line of the Petrov. This knight c6 move is actually very reputable. Black temporarily sacks a knight and then can win it back with d5. This is a line too. I think I have to play this. And then after it takes, I have e4 to win back the minor piece. I really haven't studied this like in so much depth. I think I've had this against Jagalko a few times. Like queen e2. Okay, here probably bishop takes. Like queen e2, queen e7 is probably necessary. And we could wind up in like a very symmetrical position with all pawns that haven't moved. No, white has some choice though. If white allows me to take the bishop, then the bishop pair should be very nice. It looks like that's going to be the case. Yeah, bishop e7. There's no queen e2. The bishop pair isn't so threatening looking, but yeah, give it a few moves. There's a question though, like if I play this, there's bishop g5. So maybe bishop e6. Then knight g5 could be annoying. Yeah, what to do? Bishop c6? Then queen takes d8, huh? And there's rook e8. All the moves I'm considering have some drawback. I think rook e8 might be the most flexible. Like, I know my rook wants to be here. I'm not sure where my bishops want to develop to. Okay, now this is a lot more comfortable. Because there's no knight g5, which was a problem with playing bishop e6 initially. Okay, rook b8. Yeah, white still has some initiative. Yeah, rook b8, there's bishop f4, and then like the pieces kind of flow in. c6 leaves my rook vulnerable. Yeah, still some questions to answer here. And queen c8 might be the approach. Like sometimes positions like this, you just kind of have to hibernate and then wait for the weather to improve. Like h6. I don't mind the trade. If bishop here, then the bishop can't return to the center. Probably just expand. c5 or b5. Actually, b5 allows knight c6. Hmm. c5, a4. And then b6. It might not be that much better here. Calculating c5, a4, b6, queen f3. Oh, bishop g4. Feels so bad to burn time, but I'm not seeing an easy plan. Bishop g... Oh no, bishop g4, knight takes g4. What about knight g4? Hmm. Still looking at c5, a4, b6, queen f3. Like rook a7. Even g5. really play knight d7. Looks so sad. I really don't like this move. It simplifies. I already burned so much time. Might as well try and get a position that's easier to play and understand. Even if it's the same for my opponent. Like, White just had a good setup with good pieces and easy play. I feel like trading makes Black's life a little bit easier. So I think I'll take here. And now White has a choice whether to keep the bishop or trade. Okay. I trade some more. In long term, I'm going to try and make the argument that my bishop is better than the knight, which is usually the case when there's pawns on both flanks. The bishop will have influence on both sides more easily. But the knight's centralizing. Yeah, knight c5 might be coming. I have to play like take and b6. Maybe b6 right away. I'll leave some tension. Maybe I'll fianchetto my queen. Yeah, that move's kind of scary. Take, take. F5's not really a threat though, but how do I untangle? There's takes and f6. Yeah, White's playing a good game. He takes an f6. I do maybe tempt my opponent to sack. I don't think that's great for White though. Even if it wins 3 pawns, it keeps me with a bishop. Okay, this is something I can work with. The d-file's not so useful. Like, I control the infiltration squares. My bishop has room to retreat if necessary. Rook is ready to come in, finally. Maybe I'll play queen e7 and set up some tactics. And the knight's restricted. Like, this is a case where I probably want to trade. Wait, rook e1. Have to be careful. I was going to say, I want to trade queens to have rook and bishop versus rook and knight. Yeah, rook here, I think I play bishop f7. Because then here I just take bishop f5 now. Oh, bishop f5, queen d5. I think this is okay. If queen d7, I take, check king h2, rook e2, knight move somewhere, and then take and defend. Interesting. I think c5, queen d6. Take. I think g2 hangs in the end. So queen d6, take. Check, king h2, rook here. Ooh. Where does the knight go? Again, I think g2 is hanging in the end. So let's say knight d3. I take. And then... Oh, there's knight e3. Oh, that's annoying. I have b5 maybe? I also have h5, which randomly traps a knight out of nowhere. There's this though to counterattack, and then here. So it's not over. Maybe I have... Okay, white just sacks. So now it should be over. Well, b6 is still hanging. I have this. King g3, take. I gotta move quick. Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah, very tricky game. I do want to check if white could have maybe saved the piece after h5. I'll just keep pushing. Okay, GG. Yeah, there were many points in this game I was not feeling comfortable. I do want to check this moment. Like, okay, rook e8 seemed natural. One of the best moves. Bishop e6 was fine. Queen c8 was fine. So I'm playing top engine moves. h6 is fine. Engine prefers c6. And then put the queen back to come to b6. Now, some of these decisions can be hard to make. Yeah, I just want to check this moment after h5. Engine likes queen e1 better. So I wasn't sure about check here and then here. Oh, bishop e6, allowing this and then just king g6. Okay. Okay, moving on. The win streak continues. I'm in first place for the first time in the tournament. I'll play e4. Someone wanted Ponziani, or multiple people wanted Ponziani, but we have a Latvian, which let's go into. Yeah, I'm gonna follow the chess mood recommendation, which is
happy win streak.
This. Always have to remember, like it's a counterintuitive sequence, but yeah, chess mood recommends knight d3, take, and then knight f4. And the point is I'm preventing the most useful moves for black are d5 and queen g6. So knight stands really, really well here. And if black plays c6 to prepare d5, I can play d5 myself. So knight c6. So I'm in new territory now. I mean, knight d5 is a consideration. Bishop b5 as well. Bishop e3 looks pretty playable. Yeah, leaning towards bishop e3. Just defend and develop. Queen f7. So preparing knight f6. Mm-hmm. Kind of a question. Do I want to... I mean, this move actually has some merit to it. Knight f6 and then bishop c4. There's also pawn c4, knight c3. Which looks a bit more harmonious. There's also cases where black plays g5 and I have knight d5. I'm trying to keep the pace here. Yeah, bishop f5 is probably coming. Still go for this. Bishop f5, h3. Preparing this, and then bishop g2. I think I'll end up queenside castling. Opponent's playing quickly. You always have to watch out for these ideas, which I don't think work, because then it's another piece that will be attacked. I have been passed by this person. Oops. G5, counterattack. So take. Yeah, d4 probably falls in that line. So this move makes more sense. It leads to some trades. But it might just lead to me getting the bishop pair. It feels wrong to take such a passive bishop, but long term, I mean, I think it's the right decision. I could leave my knight there too. I could castle right away. I think castling is a little bit preferred. The knight is strong. Bishop d8, the bishop gets passive. Even more passive. Now that my pawn is over defended with a rook, I'm probably threatening to take and then take on g5. Bishop is not tied down. So h6 makes sense. Another reason why I like keeping the knight here is it prevents knight b4. Which, like, if I were to take, knight b4 could be a move. Okay, h4 is a move I do want to play at some point. Right away, not sure about. Now, black's playing well. h4, take, there's e3. Yeah, that probably just doesn't work. Block the king to the corner. Queen c3 has some logic. Queen d2 as well. I'm not sure here. Knight e7's coming. Queen d2 feels slightly safer. I'd like keeping the option open of knight c3 in the event of knight e7. And this is the main break I want to go for. A5s. Okay, black has clear intentions. I think just king b1. Always got to be careful. Interesting. It's b5 coming. I think b5 I take. Or even just leave the tension. Wow. Yeah, opponent's finding some very, very tricky ideas. Actually not feeling great here. Like what to do with my queen? I go back with a knight? No. Queen c2 maybe. Queen c2, c6. Queen b4? Looks so wrong. Yeah, might be in trouble. Yeah, this looks very wrong. Have this move. Gotta switch to blitz mode. Ugh. Yeah, not what I want. I'm getting completely outplayed. I have knight c2. I'll try and hold on. Okay, some kind of pressure. What is happening? Just take on a4? Opponent might just be trying to play against my clock. which is maybe giving me some way back into the game. It's a very crucial pawn to win. The knight is now trapped. And there's some sack, but d4 is well covered. I think black probably should have just moved the rook back. And it would have been hard for me to do much. It's still kind of scary. Sacrificing on f2. I have rook f1. The queen does defend in the event of like take, and then eventually e3. Take. I have to move king away. Oh wait, that's attacked. How to do this? This. Just defending b2. King c1 actually feels a little bit better. Okay, now I have a very nice blockade. The rooks don't do much here. Maybe I have time to reconfigure. F3 maybe. It's still tricky. Yeah, this feels a little bit risky. Okay, this is attacked. Offer the trade. It's still not over. Okay, now it should be over. 27 seconds is a lot of time for such a position. There's queen g6. Yeah, get the king safe. Trade queens. Okay. Ah, that was a tough one. Felt like I was getting outplayed for a chunk of the middle game. I was worse according to the engine at some point. Yeah, it goes to show, like, even if you know the opening can still be a fight later on. Engine did like my position. So where did things go wrong? So I should have taken the bishop. Gave black time to save the bishop. I had a chance to play this. So what's the point after it takes? Oh, e3. I guess there's bishop d3. Okay. That's hard to judge. Okay, moving on. 40 minutes left. Still some work to do. This player is in first. Might play them next. The question still remains, can I win the tournament? A lot of people close behind too.
2 to the 5th months.
Happy 32. It's dinner time, baby. Oh, Austrian defense is d4, d5, c4, c5. Okay. Doesn't, I think it's Jan Gustafsson has a course on that. Recently released course. Oh, playing the person in first place. Okay, big game. Berserk. Okay, I'll berserk back. I don't know anything about the Austrian defense. Also, I can't play it against this. I'll play c5. Go for maybe reverse QGD exchange or whatever this is. Okay. Something a bit fresh. I think I'm happy with opening. b4 might be coming. But now with b4, I have bishop takes e3, I think. Take. Takes I take with knight. Oh, a pawn might be falling. But then b6. Wow. Opponent showing no fear. Opponent playing like Bobby Fischer. So rook c4. And queen c7's coming. If a4 I take. And knight c4 is coming. And both pawns are hanging along with the queen. Opponent just resigns. Okay. Nice quick win. That worked out nicely. It's not fully expecting that against the first place player. We'll take those. So in clear first now. I took away, or no, I guess I didn't fully take away my opponent's streak because I had lost a game previously. I keep my own streak. Nice to get berserking points too there. So I'm still open for opening requests. Also, has the board been off the whole time? Sorry about that. Maybe I forgot to resize earlier. I'll play e4. No, I'll play Jobava London. How about? Request for Jobava from a few people. E6, I think, is most played move. There's a lot of moves here. A6, C6. I think E3. Knight E5 might have its merits. Like, one of the main plans is to go for the expansion. Now, one issue for me playing this is I don't actually know so much theory. But E3 looks fine. I have experience in like very similar positions. Oh, this actually looks nice. But G4, there's takes. When I take here, I think that's okay. And this is one of the main sequences for white is like knight e5, g4, h4. And then if black wants to try and make room for the bishop, I can take and damage the structure. Yeah, this is Jobava London 101. Oh, Daniel with the super chat says, thanks for playing this opening. Okay, yeah, we definitely have at least a few Jobava London fans watching. It is sometimes hard to fulfill all the opening requests. But I think for the remaining games, I will try and play whatever people want me to play. And it's already a sticky situation for black. Because if takes, I'm threatening to win the knight and trap the bishop. And I don't think knight e4 works. Takes, knight e4, I can take. If bishop takes, there's f3 and eventually h5. So we do go into this. Bishop d3 is very natural. Attack the pawn. Expecting this. King f7 is a pretty ugly move to play. Just going to keep applying pressure. Now threatening pawn g5, probably. I guess it's some calculation. Pawn g5, take, I would take with queen. There's knight h5. Yeah, not actually sure. Maybe the queen returns and yeah, g6 is still a major liability for black. Oh, now g6 can be a goner. And g5 is still probably coming. Am I scared of queen a5? Probably not. Worst case, I have king d2. That might even be the best case. I thank you, mvonzwettl. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, very nice that the queen helps defend the rook. Now with h-file open, there's probably going to be some mating ideas. Especially with the two bishops, the pawn. Like everything flowing nicely. I feel like this is a pretty model Jobava London game. Like black kind of played naturally with the opening moves, but is getting severely punished now. So do I delay Bomb Cloud? Or do I take the knight? I think taking the knight makes sense. Yeah, just take, e2, take. What material? The bishop helps defend c2. There's also king e2. I don't think it makes a difference. And at this point, I just want to win efficiently. So yeah, after queen c3, the rook's defended, my pawn's defended. Queen c4 is one check, but then bishop d3. And I think I'll play bishop d3 anyway. Or maybe rook g1? Yeah, rook g1 actually. Just get the rook involved. And it's still black's king who has more issues than my king. Even though my king's in the center, it's very safe. And meanwhile, I have all my remaining pieces ready to attack. I mean, the attacking sequence might just be like retreating the bishop and then going in with the queen. Or retreating one bishop and moving forward with the other. I see the comment from Laszlo Ho, who learned Jobava London from Alex Ponzea videos. Yeah, I know he's one of the big advocates for Jobava London. There's a lot of content on it. Oh, yeah, c5 is an attempt. Maybe bishop here first. Take. Now there's a very simple threat of taking and mating. I'm actually fantasizing about a funny line. Rook f8 looks like the best, or one of the best attempts to defend. I'm thinking rook f8, bishop d3, setting up queen h7, sack the queen, and then get a windmill. Knight takes h7, rook takes g7, and then... okay, black just resigns. I just want to show that, though. It's pretty elegant. Rook f8, bishop d3, let's say c4, and then, oh no, my queen. The king could run, but then it's mating. So takes here, and then it should be mating after this. Oh yeah, then just like rook anywhere, rook g1, and this is mate. Okay, a pleasant game. Actually, a perfect game according to Lichess. 96% accuracy, but no blunders, mistakes, or inaccuracies. Yeah, black went wrong with h6. Oh, black's okay after queen b6. Interesting. Ah, because this threatens this and this. So I would need to play this and then... What is this? Take, take. Take on... That's insane. I don't think any human is ever finding this in a rapid game. Takes and then takes. That's crazy. Rook has to move and then... Actually, yeah, my rook moves and I'm worse after queen b2. So I have to play queen e2. Wow. Okay, moving on. In very good shape here. Try and keep it going. Playing vloggers. I still haven't had a Stafford, so I'll try and get at least one. Okay, we'll have a 4 knights. Copycat chess. Okay, different move order. Interesting. This move comes to mind. It started symmetrically, but now it's becoming a bit asymmetrical. And bishop g4 comes to mind. I want to take with bishop and then fork. And there's some line like a3, I take and then take and then take, threatening the rook and the fork. And of course, if takes, I take and win material. The knight is super duper pinned. Some players still close behind. Okay, this is looking nice. I could take with either piece. Huh. Taking with knight seems a bit better. Maybe I'll take here first. Just have to watch out for g-file attacks, which should be okay. Oops, let's take here first. Almost got the order wrong there. Yeah, bishop h6, I have 98. And probably just king h8 here. Oh, there is almost 94, but not quite. Yeah, the pin is slightly annoying still. 94 still doesn't work. Is white threatening anything? I don't think so. Bishop h6 doesn't quite work. I just take it. Rook g8. Okay, maybe now I have this to attack the rook. Yeah, I just want to be controlled. There's also h6. h6 take, take. h6 might actually be better. And then if this, then I take. I guess there is There's bishop h4 take and then queen e1. Hmm. And then maybe I just move back. Could get a little bit weird. Oh, there's queen g2. Oh dear. I got careless. Queen g2, do I have g5? I got really careless. Opponent finds it, of course. Oh no. I think I have to play g5. Super careless. I mean, what else to do? My queen's attacked, black's or white's threatening mate. Just hope for the best. Some chess fatigue. It's the nature of playing so many games back to back. Maybe it's okay. But if takes, I probably take here. I'm not actually threatening to take the bishop. I don't fully see how white punishes me for this. Of course, I should have like anticipated queen here, probably not taken on e4. I think I was making too many assumptions. If queen takes, then I take the bishop. And that's probably okay. Like rook g8 will come and neutralize everything. So the other consideration for white is to take on g5 with the pawn. But then I take with knight. Okay, so we go into this. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably the best try for white. Have to take this way. The bishop's going to try and reroute. It's unsettling. I have rook and 3 pawns for 2 bishops. The king's a little bit airy. Yeah, definitely not what I would have wanted. Okay, queen f6 looks fine. Oh, but then queen f6 takes, I take with queen. That's a move I missed. I think my opponent missed this move. Take, I'll have f6. Oh wait, no, there's bishop d3. So maybe, so the question, do I check first? Do I take first? Maybe take first. Wow. Well, it's not simple. I think I'm going to check first. And then take. Yeah, I have to be really careful, but I think I have to take. So queen h5. Queen h3, wow. Well, now there's no h4, so I just moved back. And there's bishop c3, f6. I've not lost a single pawn this game. I still have all 8 pawns. At first this looks almost winning, because if it takes it's made in 2. But f6 will save me, hopefully. I have d5 now. Yeah, d5 looks nice. So now there's another resource to block the bishop. I do want to open files to get to the king. I've officially lost my first pawn of the game. Oh, c4 is coming. But that should be fine. Okay, I assume... Actually, I can't make assumptions here. Bishop c3 is still a threat. Wait a minute. Take. Just win the thing. Take the rook. Defend the pawn. I think this just wins. Unless I'm missing something, which I might be. They're really bishop c3? No, king g8. I think this is fine. Yeah, it's very important that when I take the rook, I defend the g-pawn. So after takes and king g8, white doesn't have any forcing moves. I mean, there's bishop c3, but then I can start hunting down the white king. I think. It's still tricky, actually. Take, yeah, bishop c3. Not simple. I think I have to go for this line. I'll have checks. Do I have enough? And there's no other move. I have to... Actually, are there other moves? King h7? I think I have to go for this. Yeah, those moves coming. Threatening mate in 1. Yeah, I thought I would easily hunt the king, but it's not simple. So check. Oh, there's almost... I think I should start with this. I've been passed again by the player who I beat previously. Okay. That's a sigh of relief. Wasn't sure about king c1 there. Oh man, this player won again. I gotta berserk my next game if I wanna win the tournament. I'm trying to win efficiently, but Maybe this is not the most efficient way. I have rook c1. Okay. Yeah, this is one way. Okay, no time. No time to waste. Liquid chess boxing. Okay, let's play d4. Gonna play a London. Slightly strange move order. Hmm. Yeah, this is something different. Take, take. I think I just go for the simplification. Like take and then try and use my knight. It's kind of risky. Maybe not the best approach. Here we are. I want to play this and this. F3. Because rook h6 might be coming. So I have queen a4. Wow. I need to win 2 more games, I guess. Any chance. This position is questionable for me. Yeah. Do I go for the queen trade? I think I do. As ugly as it seems. I really want this f3 move. So black can either take, go into the endgame, or keep queens on the board. Okay, that move I missed. I have rook e3. Rook e3, rook h6, h3. I'm threatening this to trap the bishop. It's not so obvious what black is supposed to do here. Can watch this game. in the meantime. Yeah, it's a bit awkward for black. We might see this move. And then I probably try and invade with the queen. Yeah, I actually don't see like too many other options for black other than this move. Like cement the bishop. So g3 looks wrong. And rook e1. Just not seeing a point with rook e1. I think just queen c5. Apply some pressure. I have to play h3. I didn't consider g3, but g3 just feels wrong in these positions. And the pawn is still undefended. Oh man. I think this player's going to win again. It's tricky though. Okay, interesting. So if I take... There's queen e5. Wait a minute, do I have this move? Take, take, take. Take, take. I think this works. Oh, there's a rook g6. Oh man. Yeah, rook g6 just refutes that. That's kind of unfortunate. Huh. Oh, what to do, what to do. Rook d1. Not exactly what I want. There's knight f1. If I take, rook moves. That's an interesting option, actually. Take, take. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Rook d1, rook g6, g3, queen h5. Okay, let's try this. So I'm calculating rook g6 here, 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 take, and then I guess I'm threatening this and this. Also, the turn is about to end. Yeah, I'm not winning it, unfortunately. Maybe I'll finish in third. Looks like I'll finish in third. But I'm trying to, like, at least not lose this game. Keep a clean streak for the stream. Time is close to level. Yeah, I don't think I'm threatening this still. And this is a move I originally wanted to play to exploit the pin. But the problem is after takes. Let me try first. Okay. So I have to move the rook. Oh, f4 is coming. Wow. Do I have g4? There's no way. There might be knight f. I just move like rook c1. That's a sad move. Take. Ick. I don't know what to do. Everything looks bad. I think I just play this. Yeah, that was not really productive. It's still hard for black to get this in effectively, I guess. Can I ever sack and like try and clean up the pawns? Probably don't want to do that unless I'm desperate. Okay, now there's this idea. And there's also still taking. It comes with tempo. It's hard to resist. Knight c4, there's e5. Do I have f4? That's still e5. Wow. Yeah, difficult spot. I think I have to just retreat. Hope for the best. If f4 and then I take. f3, knight g5. If e5, I just move back. Yeah, it looks scary. I really want to trade queens here. It's hard to achieve. I have this move now. And d5. Almost knight c4. King h2. And king h2 has some logic. Hmm. Got in queen g5, rook e3, f4, knight e4. This might not work, but it's best I have. Oh, wow. I don't think it works. Actually, it's still interesting. Might have to throw an h4 at the right moment. f4, h4. I could take. This does not look good, though. I thought I had 94, but I don't. So take. Knight f3. Hmm. Also rook e4. That doesn't look good. f3 might be coming. I'm in a lot of trouble. Still trying something. To do. This is pretty bad. I'm down in exchange. Still getting attacked. Down on time. I need some miracle. I mean, knight f1 maybe coming. What's my opponent's blitz rating? Oh, they don't play blitz. Okay. At least d3 is weak. If queen e2, I take on d5. Rook d6, I attack the pawn. There's some hope. There's some hope. Wow. A weird move. Time scramble time. Oh no, my queen. Ah. Too slow, too slow. GG. Opponent played a good game. Got messy at the end there. Was there forced mate missed? Oh, rook h1 was forced mate. What to do? Was I winning? Oh yeah, opponent dropped a queen here. I had 3 seconds. Okay, slightly sad finish. But that's chess. Finished in 3rd. The game didn't actually count for the tournament. But it counted for some rating. What was my net rating? Gain or loss? Oh, I gained 16 points this tournament. Okay. Congratulations to this person. Fought back after some losing streak. I do have to go. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all the nice energy. And I'll be back in the future. Adios.